Hey guys, Zom here. I just thought I'd quickly show you guys a new build that I've been trying out in my Zerg vs Protoss Terran or Zerg matchups. I've been finding this really effective in the tournaments and on ladder games with about 70-ish win rate ratio. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 70. So what it is it's a 15 pool, 16 hatch, and 16 gas, along with about a 33 tech structure, and then 36 drones is when you're just going to start pumping out units and, well, I'm not going to say A moving, but 1Aing, I guess. It's pretty simple. What you're going to want to do is not do the extractor trick. That's going to kill your strategy, and you might as well just be 6 pooling. So on 9, build an overlord, and then drone up until you hit about, well, you know, your max. At 15, you're going to want to drop down that pool as soon as you get to it. Like, just like 15, chuck up a drone, run him around, bam, 200 minerals, put it down. Then you're going to want to drone up. On your 16th drone, you want to rally him down to your natural. You don't really want to rally him anywhere else, because then you're going to be wasting time running to and fro or using a drone that may have minerals and whatnot. So the main reason behind this build and why I've been favouring it a lot recently is because it's been really effective at defending against those mid-game pushes. Zerg have never really been very weak against early game pushes other than very early air units. So really early rushes and whatnot, you should be able to hold those off. 6 pools, proxy bunkers, proxy whatever. You should already know how to hold those off fairly efficiently. So what I've really been struggling with though is pretty much those timing tacks at about the 8-minute to 9-minute marks. So how I've really combated this and whatnot is by talking to people and pretty much finding this build. It's a very standard build and most people I think would know it by now, but for those people that don't, this is really to help you out. So as you can see, the busiest time is straight up when you put that natural down and the pool's finishing. At this time you want to build your overlord straight on 16 and then put a queen out as quick as you can. The second your queen's up, chuck on that gas, build another drone, make sure you're sitting at 18. As soon as you've finished your overlord, you want to chuck out one set of zerglings and then just drone up. Now in the Zerg vs Protoss matchups, when I'm doing banelings after seeing a hope of zealots, let's just pretend these are like 8 zealots and this guy's going batshit crazy. He's like, oh, I'm gonna kill this Zerg. Oh, look at me, I've got like, you know, a shit ton of zealots. So I'm like, oh my god, I need to get banelings. So what I've done is I've delayed my second queen for a bit, and I'm gonna build her at around the 5-minute mark. Some people disagree with this. I just do that because I've always found it a little bit easier, I guess. But each to his own, I guess. So you want to be, as soon as you get that 100 gas, chucking in that metabolic boost. Even if you're not going zerglings, it's not going to kill your strategy to put in that metabolic boost. It's always helpful if you're going roaches to be able to send some lings in a run by straight into that mineral line, so I always suggest getting it either way. Now the main part of the strategy comes at about the 33 food mark. That's when you get to decide, oh, what am I going to do? At 33 food, chuck down that second tech structure. I've opted for banelings because that's exactly when you get your 50 gas and you can just chuck it down. With roaches I also chuck it down at 33 because the time when it finishes is about time when you've got about 180 to 200 gas, and that's, you know, that's enough roaches to do a solid push at a fairly early time. So as you can see, it's all pretty going down now. The second I hit 36 food, I pumped out some overlords and I went, it's time to go zergling. 36 food, you'll be able, well, 36 drones pretty much, you'll be able to sustain your production of zerglings indefinitely, basically. Your roach production, you'll be able to do about 8 roaches straight up, following up with a very steady flow of zerglings. If you're going roaches, you'll want to get out that initial 8 by building your 2 overlords obviously when you're about to go, and then I recommend doing about 3 overlords straight up, and then just doing roaches and zerglings as your money allows you to. Now something I didn't do in this game was expand when I started to move out for my push. What you really want to be doing is when you move out for this attack, you want to take your 3rd and you want to take a 2nd gas. That means you can tech up to your lair while this attack's going on, and your hatch is going to finish up at a pretty preferable time. So this attack's going to go very well, obviously. There's not much chance that Mr. Protoss here is going to go well. Unless the AI is going to force field. Oh, it isn't. But yes, it's a very simple opening, and you guys should be able to utilize this very, very well. So I'm going to jump into game 2 now to show you guys what to do if you're going roaches. The roach build is basically the same, but obviously it's got roaches, not banelings. Hey guys, so we're back with game 2 now. Game 2 I decided to go roaches, mainly because roaches are a very all-out build. I also knew I was against a Zerg, mainly because I chose it, but if you see a Zerg on the ladder, most Zerg like to go banelings, I find, because it does a lot of damage to anybody else going lings. In the earlier leagues, it's a lot harder to micro away from those banelings, because, let's face it, micro macro in an early league, it's not easy. I can't do it very well. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like to do that shit. So I just like to go easy win with some roaches. The roach build is basically the same as when you're doing the Zergling Baneling build. So all tech structure is going to be the same until then. Just going to fast forward it for that. You're going to want to be going 15 pool. You're going to be wanting to go 16 hatch. Then you want to go 16 overlord. 16 queen. 18 gas. 17 drone. Then your overlord finishes. Then you want to go 20 queen, and then 20 zerglings. That's one set of zerglings, obviously. And then just drone up. Send your 2nd queen down. In ZVZ, it is essential that the second your 1st queen finishes, put that 2nd queen in production. In ZVT, it's also very, very, very essential to do this, because those are the builds when you're most likely to be like, God damn it, I'm being cheesed. So make sure those queens are there, make sure they're injected. Now we're up to the roach part. I've chucked down my roach run, I'm ready to do this. Straight up I'm able to do 4 roaches, and I'm still able to build another 4 with my resources. You're going to be able to pump out about 8 roaches in the first push. Now the second you've done those 8 roaches, you want to put down 3 overlords straight away. In this build, I was kind of experimenting to see what would happen if I just sort of tried to pump it up a little bit. It definitely works a lot better when you're pumping out those 3 overlords, letting you have a whole heap of food for this attack. The second you get your 8 roaches down here, you're going to want to move straight out with them. 7.5 minute mark, when people are coming in for a gold level attack, they're going to be moving out now. Even the AI does it, look at that, moving straight out. You're going to want to get some Zerglings. If your opponent's gone for Roach as well, Zerglings are really good because Roaches will not have speed at this time unless they are Gosu Uber and just rush the hell out of it. So you can either go around them or just attack them. My preferred one is if I have Roaches and I know I'm going to be able to fight their Roaches with them, even if I have a lot less roaches, I'm going to try to do the economy damage with my lings, send them around and into the mineral line. Now as you can see, even though I'm in there attacking, I've let my macro slip a little bit, but I have a large force coming in. If this was a player, they'd be struggling with this. This many lings, this many roaches is very powerful very early on. So something you're going to want to be doing when you do that attack is taking your second gas, taking an expand, and if you can, just drone up. Obviously if this attack is not going well, don't drone up. Make sure you have the appropriate resources and whatnot to take care of that. So that's been a real simple build, guys. I hope you guys have been able to learn a few things from this. If you have any questions or you want to practice this game a little bit with somebody, always let me know. I'll pretty much always be in the Fusion Slugs chat channel when I'm online, and I'll always be on vent for any questions that you want to ask. If you have a build that you want me to analyze and show you guys, just let me know and I'll do that as well. Thanks.